Hello everyone, Surat here, and first, I have to apologize for this taking so long for me to get around to posting. Second, I have to apologize for the fan that you're probably hearing in the background going womp womp womp. But yeah, it gets stuffy in this room when I close the door to record anything, and I still have to read something tonight for the nightmare fuel, so... Anyway, yeah, I know it's been literally over a year since the last update video of any kind, and that was just kind of a note to say, yeah, Let's Plays aren't coming back anytime soon, sorry, but hey, I'm still streaming and uploading that. And, to be fair, the streaming has continued pretty well. Kind of a shame the only thing I found that draws any decent viewer counts are Jackbox games, and I don't really think anyone out there would want to stream nothing but Jackbox. Especially when everyone else involved only seem to want to play 2 games out of all the games available in Jackbox. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Trivia Murder Party and all, but I can only play so much of that. But that aside, it's time for an update, and I guess I probably should let people know what's going on around here. So, the last year and a half has seen some changes to a few areas of my life. I switched to a new job that actually requires more out of me and has me working a different set of hours than I worked in the previous decade and a half that I've been employed. So that's been an adjustment. I recently actually started to follow one of the dreams I've had for a long time, and kind of a lesser form than you would imagine, and landed a few roles in internet-based musicals. Yeah, I did say dream there. Something I've always wanted to do is perform on stage, and this is kind of the closest I've gotten so far, at least since my high school days, and I've kind of been focusing on that over these past couple of years, really. But I'll get more into the details on that in a minute. I'm also trying to branch out a little bit and see what I can do about finding a way into reading audiobooks. Since, I still get the comments, even last week, that my voice is one of those soothing voices and people turn on my videos before bed, and having my voice on the background helps them relax and fall asleep, and they still swear they mean that as a compliment. And since I have that particular quality to my voice, why not use it? And then, because of all this, I spent the money and effort and time and put together a not completely terrible area to record in. So my recordings have been in a much higher quality than they used to be, with an XLR mic, and I've got a little fake corner of my room. By fake corner, I mean I built a little plexiglass wall covered with foam to kind of divide off part of the room, that type of thing. And, I basically turned a little area in my room into a recording studio with a bunch of sound-absorbing foam. But what does this mean for the videos I'm going to be putting up on this channel? Well, for starters, it means the planned Let's Plays still not returning for the foreseeable future. With everything else I'm trying to do, I just really don't have the time and energy I need to make any Let's Plays of any type of passable quality. Believe me, I'd like to go back and at least finish the 3 Let's Plays I stopped in the middle of, but it's just not going to happen anytime soon. Of course, the fact that there are still creepy people at that will pop up from time to time and comment on the old videos that I used to do with my daughter years ago, and still ask me to go get a webcam so I can put her face, her body, or her feet. And if you think I'm old enough I don't know what that fetish means, you are sadly mistaken. In the video, that doesn't do much to sway me into hurrying to return to video making. And seriously, if you are one of the people that think you're going to get fetish fuel out of me posting anything for my daughter, stop that. That makes you creepy and makes me tempted to want to find out where you live so I can first warn all your neighbors and then cleanse the area in fire. But All that aside, the streams will continue so people can get their weekly fix of allegedly quality video game content from me. Currently, and for the foreseeable future, these streams will happen over my Twitch channel on Saturdays and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, as they have been going for a good while now, at least since January. It was 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. like last year, but then new job and new hours, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, I try to play the relaxing, the chilled out games on Saturdays, kind of like Stardew Valley, which is why I've streamed it twice, once single player and once multiplayer. And Sundays tend to be toward the visual or virtual, whatever you consider the V and VN novels to be, even if those novels cause me quite a bit of mental trauma. I'm looking at you, Higurashi. Look down in the description for a link to that channel. And now, what else I've been up to besides the obvious, the streams and, all that. The most obvious thing to anyone that's actually been following this channel, I'll and view count show that's maybe a dozen people, is that every day in October I've been posting a reading of a spooky story under the header of Grampy Surratt's Sleepy Time Nightmare Fuel. Yeah, this name stays because I came up with it with the help of a couple other people, and they were even nice enough to come up with the cover art I've been using. However, I can't use that title forever, as I plan to branch out a bit and do readings of things that aren't in the spooky side of things, and add in some pulp noir, sci-fi, and maybe even some things that could be called actual literature. So I may be asking for another image or two from, maybe them, maybe general populace, who knows, commission something, don't know. But, it's somewhat something to use as visual background for my readings of those pieces. And then there are the things that are taking up the most time, at least socially and such, the musicals, and the other assorted voice acting work I'm involved in. Currently, I'm in 4 projects, although I'm not sure what I'm allowed to discuss about one of them, so I'll just say that I'm pretty sure I've been typecast in it, and it's the only non-musical production I'm a part of at the moment. The other 3 have at least released a cast introduction video, so I'm pretty sure I can mention those directly. First, I am a part of the Chrono Trigger the musical production over at Man on the Internet. That is the group that put together, by most accounts, a very successful Undertale the musical. And, just a side note, if you like Undertale, it's worth taking a look at, especially if you like the music. For Chrono Trigger the musical, I was cast in the role of Balthazar and to be in the chorus. For those of you that don't remember, Balthazar is one of the 3 former gurus of Zeal that was sucked into a time gate and scattered through time, and Balthazar ended up flung in the far future, isolated, and kind of became a kooky old crackpot of a man. This one's been going on for quite a while now, and about half the songs have been released. There'll be a link in the description if anyone actually wants to hear that. No, my songs where I'm featured aren't... Okay, my song I'm featured isn't up yet, but, I'm various random dialogues throughout the musical and in most of the choral work, so, Next up is, and there's a part of me that can't believe I'm saying this, Homestuck the musical, being created at King Spirals Productions. To my knowledge, this is the first major project they've done, and I was cast in the role of Gamzee and for the chorus. I also feel I should point out to everyone that just reacted strongly to hearing the word Homestuck in one way or another. I know very little about Homestuck except for the popularity it continues to enjoy, even after the official end of the webcomic. What I do know, Gamzee's 1 part super chill stoner, 1 part angry snarky jackass, and 1 part evil screaming murder clown, and somehow gets a lot of sincere Gamzee did nothing wrong apologists at the same time everyone else lists him as chaotic evil on the D&D alignment chart and claims he's the stuff nightmares are made of. I also know that a lot of the music composed for the webcomic is fantastic stuff. One of the composers was, after all, Toby Fox, who was the composer for Undertale and all of those ubiquitous songs. But, as far as the lore of Homestuck and the plot of Homestuck, never read it, don't really have the time to devote to it, so I probably never will. At least not anytime soon. Probably not before the musical's long since over. But by then I'll glean a lot of the plot from the musical, so hey, it all works out one way or another. This musical's only released a few songs so far, and it looks like, just based on the volume of source material they have to work from, this one's gonna take a while. This also has linked down in the description. And the last project I know I can talk about is Night in the Woods, the musical, being produced by Lemon Light Productions. This group's been around for a little bit, and they're probably mostly known for an Undertale Genocide and Undertale Neutral Path-based musical. I don't know how far over either one of them is. I'm not really involved in those projects, so... But anyway, for Night in the Woods, I was cast in the role of Mr. Chazikov, who is the retired teacher who stands on the roof with a telescope and shows me the dusk stars and gives a bit of background for them. And how they relate to the town throughout the course of the game, and I'm also a voice in that chorus too. This musical was just recently cast, and they had the, meet the cast video just released yesterday, as a matter of fact. So we haven't had any musical videos posted yet, but it's not going to be too much longer before we get that ball rolling. Another link's going to be in the description for this, if this interests you. So yeah, that's kind of where this channel stands these days. I still haven't enabled monetization on my channel and don't ever plan to. Ever. Like, never. So I still fully endorse finding an ad blocker that works if you want to watch my videos, as enough of them have claims from one group or the other that say they all want my ad money because I dared to use game music when I recorded a video, so other people get to put ads on my videos. It's YouTube, it sucks, but there isn't really a viable alternative for video hosting out there. I also don't have any plans to start up a Patreon, so you don't have to worry about me, yelling at you, hey, donate to me to get special tiers and all that. Now, to keep your wallet in your pants, there are other people much more deserving and much more, in need of your money. I mean, they need your support a lot more than I do. I have a, typical office job that pays me well enough. This is my hobby. I don't want to turn this into job number 2. But I do know that there are people out there that exist and will really go, just shut up and take my money because I want to support you. I want to show you how much I like your stuff. I get it. And I'm kind of, brushing them aside with this type of thing. But, I mean, if you're one of those people, just friend me on Steam and buy me a game or something. If you really need to throw money at me, I am an affiliate on Twitch. I don't think I'll ever earn enough off of Twitch, which I don't plan to support myself, but, you can subscribe there, or you can throw bits at me. That is an option. I'd prefer you buying me games, but, that's just me. I do really want to stress, though, even all that aside, in no way, shape, or form will I ever require any form of support that involves giving me money, giving me games, anything like that. I'm never going to require that to be mandatory to watch any of my content. I don't get me wrong, I'll appreciate the hell out of people giving me stuff. That's a beautiful thing. Although I'm never setting up a post office box, so you can't physically send me anything, etc., etc., etc. But, a game on Steam or something, oh yeah, I'll appreciate the hell out of it. I don't know when I get around to playing it. Probably may never stream it. And if you just want to send me porn games, I've got words for you. Most of them are profanity. Please don't send me the porn games. I don't need those. There's porn on the internet if I want porn. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm never going to expect anyone to give me money or bits or free games or what have you. I will never expect that. And one more thing. I really hate to be the YouTuber werewolf out there and don't really want to get into the please like and subscribe puns. Get it? Like and werewolf. never mind. Or, you know, anything in that vein. And trust me, if YouTube's coding wasn't the digital equivalent of a tire fire, I wouldn't even be close to talking about this next bit. But I do have to mention, just like just about everyone else on this platform, really, if you really do like my content and you really want to keep up to date with it, you're going to have to double check and make sure you're still subscribed, and then you're going to have to click the bell to make sure that my uploads get brought to your attention. It's just the way of YouTube. They're terrible about giving you about showing you the subscriptions that you signed up for, but they have no problems making sure that you see the latest from popular YouTuber X or popular YouTuber Y, because those are pushing money for them. I'm not. I do also have a public Discord server that might not allow you to stay up to date on my videos, because I don't post I don't reblog a lot of my videos or relink or whatever you call it when you do it on Discord. I don't do that a lot because, well, I'm uploading streams and, you know. But that is kind of the place where I do most of my social interaction these days, my Discord server and the Discord servers of the musicals I'm in, and a few other people's Discord servers, that type of thing. That's where I do most of my social interaction these days, at least online. I mean, I don't issue real life people that badly. Pretty badly, but not that badly. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, if you kind of want to join if you kind of want to just join a very, very relaxed, very, very low-key environment, once again, links in the description for that. But I do have a Twitter and a Tumblr. Their use is pretty sporadic. I might post once a day, twice a day, depending on if I see something cute or funny enough. And just a warning, I do kind of run on the far left side of the political spectrum, and this is a major problem for some people. So, you know, kind of go look at those at your own kind of go look at those at your own discretion, something like that. And links to these are going to be in the description. But, you know, anyway, that's all I've really got to add here. So, thanks for sitting through the 18 minutes of this update. I'll see you somewhere on the internet at some point. And just as a side note, the game you've been seeing here, I'm going to throw this in at the very last second, the game you've been seeing here as a background for me talking is a new game just released into public alpha over this last weekend called Garden Paws. It's cute, it's alpha. It's really, really fleshed out for an alpha. I mean, there's not a whole lot of content, a whole lot of things to do. It'll definitely still take you a good 6-8 hours just to do the stuff that's actually in the game currently. They've already announced that they have several lists of things that they're going to be slowly integrating because they're kind of new mechanics. And as I said, it's alpha. But as hopefully, as you will be able to see, this is a gorgeous freaking game. That's all there is to it. This game is just absolutely beautiful. It's overwhelmingly cute. It's overwhelmingly fluffy. It kind of reminds me of the whole Sanrio vibe that, you know, with the animals. And they do have some costumes that are definite mock-ups towards cute, furry animals in popular media. I don't know. I haven't recorded the footage yet, so I don't know. But there is at least one cat outfit out there that looks like the black cat from Sailor Moon, Luna. There are a couple where they actually have divides, which you could conceivably make a Monokuma-looking character. And they have a smile that's right out of Max. That one I probably will show off because that's going to be on the character I'm going to be playing. But, you know. Anyway, yep, time for me to jump off here and time for me to get set up to A, record the background footage that's going to go with this video, and B, I got to go record the next Sleepy Time Nightmare Fuel. I have the one for tonight already recorded, but no further than that. I'll technically have 2 recorded, but I don't know if I want to release one because it's like a minute long. Anyway, that's enough of that. Take care, folks, and I will see you back next time for more, and hopefully it won't take me a full year to update, so the update won't take 20 some odd minutes. Later, all.